Halimatou.
I'm Natalie.
My name is Cleshawn.
And I'm Eli, and we're all in the 5th grade. We would like to share with you our experience working in the hydroponics lab, working a hydroponics farm with our plants. So let's get to it.
At our first class in the hydroponic lab, we learned about the germination process. We reviewed percents so that we can understand the germination percentage. The percentage tells us the chance that the seeds will or will not grow to become seedlings. We then planted our seeds in a rock wool because in hydroponics we don't use soil. It takes about 2 weeks for our seeds to germinate. During this time, we watch the seeds sprout and we now start to measure our baby plants. In order to see the tiny plants, we use special tools, scientific tools to be specific. To observe our seedlings, we use this large magnifying glass that has a light to help us see better. We use handheld magnifying glasses, microscopes, rulers, and more. I have a question for everyone. Raise your hand if you use scientific tools at home. I bet you do and you didn't even know it. We actually use scientific tools every day. Now back to our farm. Remember, after 2 weeks, we have to move our plants because they're getting bigger now. I'll let Cleshawn talk to you more about this step, transplanting.
So, as Halimatou said, after 2 weeks, we transplant our seedlings from the seed germination area to the hydroponic systems. We use different strategies like putting our plants in cup liners. These liners are made from coconut. Then we put clay pebbles into the cup liners. The clay pebbles help keep the plants in place because, again, we don't use soil in hydroponics. Now we are ready to transplant them to the hydroponic system.
When our plants are in the hydroponic systems, we begin our observations. Remember the tools that Halimatou talked about? Well, now is the time when we use many of them. We use rulers to measure the height of our plants. We use magnifying glasses to observe the details of our plants. We also inspect our plants and investigate if there are any problems. For instance, if our plants are looking sad, it may be because of the pH levels, but I will let Eli talk to you more about this later. During this time, we also learned about how the systems work, how the water for our plants is reused, and how it travels in a cycle in the systems.
Learning about water made me connect to a lesson with Mrs. Debbie, our environmental studies teacher. In her class, we learned about starvation and water problems around the world. For instance, in Kenya, people have to walk miles just to have dirty water that they drink, and sometimes drinking this water causes malaria and other problems. We can help by saving awareness to save water. Some ways to save water is to turn off faucet when not in use and take shorter showers. Let's get back to the hydro farm.
In our hydroponic farm, we write about what we observed and what we learned in our farming log. At the beginning of each class, Ms. Wong introduces a new topic. She taught us about plant biology and also about the benefits of hydroponics, like how plants don't have to search for their nutrients, how if it's not sunny outside, the plants still get the light it needs for photosynthesis. It's a lot of information, right? That's why we write all of this down in our logs.
We also do a lot of math in our class. In addition to using rulers to measure the height of our plants every week, we track the growth rate on a graphing chart. It's really exciting to see how fast our plants grow. Sometimes we also see patterns and we'll discuss why this may be happening. Like maybe this week, if our plant didn't grow taller, the leaves got bigger instead.
Learning all this made me really interested in hydroponics. So when Ms. Burns, my English teacher, asked us to choose a topic for our feature articles, I chose hydroponics. First, I started gathering information from different sites. Ms. Burns also created these QR codes where we scan with our iPads and it takes us straight to websites with information on our topics. After we get our information, we use graphic organizers to, organize our thoughts. Finally, I put it all together and I wrote my feature article. Now, I don't know if you know this, but there is chemistry involved in hydroponics, and Eli will tell you more about this.
Yes, We learned chemistry in our hydroponics class. In fact, this was my favorite lesson. We learned about acids and base, and we even got to do an experiment. We used litmus paper and dipped it in different things to see if they're an acid, a base, or a neutral, which is in the middle. The reason why Miss Wong taught us about the acids and bases is because we checked the pH levels of the water in the reservoirs. To test the water in the systems, we use another scientific tool, a pH stick. It's very simple. We twirl the stick around in the water reservoir until the number stops blinking, and it shows us the pH level. If the pH is too high or too low, we make adjustments so that the plants will be happy. So it has been about 9 weeks and our plants have fully grown. We are finally ready to harvest our plants. We log the final height of our plant to see how much the plants have grown. We then weigh on a scale and learn about different units of measurements. Miss Wong also lets us smell and taste different vegetables and herbs. Everything smells and tastes so different. Finally, we get to take home our vegetables to share with our family. During this time, we also wash our clay pebbles and cup liners so they will be ready for the next crop. Remember, at our school, we reduce, reuse, and recycle.
I would like to make one final connection. One of the problems that concerns me is our health. Eating bad foods like junk food can cause many other problems that affect our health, such as obesity and diabetes. In our hydroponic class, we learn about eating foods that are good for us. They say, eat a rainbow. We explore nutritional foods and discovered benefits of local and organic produce. These foods give us more energy and helps keep our bodies healthy. Learning about where food comes from and growing our own vegetables has taught us to make better choices for ourselves and our families.
Our experience working in the hydroponics farm was awesome. Oh, and don't forget to like our Facebook Hydro Farm page to see what's happening in the classroom now.